Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
This has just made me laugh. I, of all people, have just been wolf whistled in Tesco's wearing my scrubs. I thought they were the worst things that I have ever put on in my life. However, this one gentleman has decided that I am godly enough to have a wolf whistle. Thank you, sir. They are utterly horrendous and I hate them, but this has made me feel good about myself. Props to you.
Dude, the audacity of some men is. Wait, what? Nah, nah, nah. No, ladies, you get it together. Catcalling, bad. Wolf whistling, bad. Men, bad. Stop changing your mind every day and stick to the story.
Boy grow up not know how feel, not know how clean, not know how talk nice. Boy think dishes clean self, boy think feelings are girl disease. People say blame mother, she coddle boy, but why only mother raise boy? Where father? Father go work, father play golf, father go silent. System say raise boy, fix boy, then system say woman fail. But woman not fail, system fail woman. Blame system, not mother.
Me, Tarzan, you, Jane. Jane kick out Tarzan, now Jane single mother. Tarzan wants his son, Jane bitter, don't let Tarzan see son. Jane claim good mother, but truth Jane failed mother. I think I would make an amazing TikToker, cause speaking like this only requires me using half of a brain cell. And we all know that's a requirement when you join TikTok. But funny enough, when it's women leaving comments they disagree with, they say people blame mother. Cause her name was Kiki and I don't know any man named Kiki. But I do know that if it was a man who left that comment she was responding to, or let's just say she doesn't think of men as people.
I think one of the best and easiest ways to practice microfeminism if you're a bartender or a server is if you have a mixed group of people, men and women, doesn't matter the percentages, if they order pints and cocktails or like gin and tonics or like any kind of feminine drink of any kind, either don't assume where the drinks are going and ask, like, who's got the cocktails, who's got the pints, or just assume that the men have ordered the girly drinks. So put the cocktails in front of the men. You'll get a couple of reactions. I think in the time I've done it, I've had a few people get kind of like a bit funny with me about it. Just why do you think I've got that? Or they'll like I've been like, oh, so who's got what? And they've looked at me and gone, guess who's got what. Like if I've got a table of 4, I've got 2 men, 2 women, I've got 2 cocktails on my tray, and I've got 2 pints. And they look at me and they go, guess. Obviously, with that attitude, babe, I'm putting the cocktail in front of you. Obviously. Like, I think that's one of the easiest, simplest, most effective ways as a server to just like sprinkle a bit of microfeminism into the job.
Well, good thing you don't work for tips. But the best part about it is you're probably what 40, $50,000 in debt, and with all that big gender study degree, you're chasing a huge career in serving people drinks. And no, obviously, I'm not bashing waiters or bartenders or whatever. Good for you, get your money. All I'm trying to say is I envy you men in the Western world. I was never fortunate enough to ever deal with someone like this. Just picture the horrors when going out to find someone who works for the minimum wage, 12-hour shifts if not more, and somehow still have the audacity to smile when they come to your table. Just in case I was not clear enough, thank God for Eastern European women.
More women's sports events and games and competitions need to be on national TV.
Absolutely, I fully agree. It's by far the best comedy I've seen in a long time.
If you are claiming a woman is a gold digger and she goes out with you and you ain't got no gold to dig, baby, she's not a gold digger. She's a philanthropist and she's doing charity work by going out with you.
because she is in fact that amazing. But how much gold are we talking about though? Never mind that, still because she is that amazing. But she also looks kind of in like her 40s. But it still kind of makes sense after digging for gold for let's say the last 20 years, somehow something changed. Can you spell wolf for me please? Never mind that either. Still not really sure about charity workers. In fact, she should kind of be grateful I give her the time of day. Just for today and not the next day. But it's a win-win because I don't have any gold to dig. But I can spell wall though.
You realize if it continues, men will create things to replace women that will be a problem for women. I don't think it will. That's what we want. It's actually what we want.
Yeah, that's so much easier to say when already no one wants you anymore. But sure, that's what you want. Fair enough. I know the majority of you already saw this, but here's a quick reminder.
You thought AI art was wild? Wait till you hear about the brothels in Berlin, where men are literally lining up to sleep with robots. Yep, robots. This isn't an episode of Black Mirror. It's happening right now, and it's a terrifying glimpse into the future. In Berlin, actual establishments called brothels are opening their doors, offering men companionship with AI-powered, anatomically correct dolls. They don't speak, they don't argue, they don't have needs. They're just cold, programmable, and built to serve on demand.
And then she reached her own conclusion, not mine.
And if you think this won't spread beyond Berlin, think again. Tech is fast and morality, that's slow. We need to talk about what happens when men stop needing women and start replacing them with robots.
Well, you finally get your wish, don't you? Men will leave you alone. This is what you've been telling men for years now, to leave you alone. And finally men said deal. And sure, you can argue that this will slowly lead to the end of our species. And you would be right. But so do the child-free by choice women. The only difference is when men do, well, robots, you once again start bashing men, while at the same time you're glorifying the childless by choice women, because that's empowering. So, end of our species? Okay.
Taking a girl on a walk is not a date. And I can't believe I even have to say this. It is low effort. You put zero thought into it. If I wanted to go on a hot girl walk, I would call one of my girlfriends. You know, like I will go with the girlies. Like, I'm not going on a hot girl walk with you, King. That's not a hot girl walk. A date is something that you actually have to plan. A date is something that you are investing a certain amount financially into it. It doesn't have to be a ton, but something. So for example, if you wanted to go on a walk and then have a picnic, right? You have a couple snacks, maybe bring like some music you can listen to. Like, oh, this is a perfect view for a sunset. Like, let's put a little thought into it. Even for the people that are balling on a budget, I'm sorry, but even a guy that has no money, like if he wanted to, he would. He will find a way to figure it out. He will find a way to make it special for you. But if a man is trying to take you on a walk, girl, run, not toward him, away.
I think I forgot to mention earlier, an hour with the robot is between 80 and 120 euros. It's gonna be pretty much the same amount in dollars. Well, let's say unfortunately for me, that's even more expensive than an actual girl where I live. And even though that's not gonna be the main reason why I won't be sleeping with robots, it's something to consider. And that brings a hard choice for me. Not really. An hour with a robot or try to take this spoiled child on a date. Oh yeah, hard choice indeed.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, I just can't maintain a relationship.
What do you think the issue is that you can't maintain a relationship?
I just get bored really easily.
So what is it that your past situationship were lacking that made you bored?
He cheated on me.
So then you weren't bored, it just messed up.
I mean, that he f***ed up on that, but equally I was bored at the same time.
How did you find out he cheated on you?
His ex-girlfriend messaged me, and then he sent me a snap of them together whilst he was cheating on me.
And what was your reaction to that?
I went f***ing crazy about it. I went full on psycho. I dropped off his stuff, threw it on the floor, and then it turned into a whole situation.
So since you've experienced cheating, going into a new relationship, what do you expect a man to bring to the table?
I want like full-on princess treatment. As in, like, not like money-wise, don't give a f*** about that sort of thing, but just like spending time with me, that's important to me.
What would you say you bring to the table in a relationship?
I'm very clingy, like, once I'm with someone, like, I'm all for them, and I will do anything for them.
Yeah, for about 5 minutes. Well, maybe not 5 minutes, but 5 days, because you get bored easily, don't you?
If you were a millionaire, yeah, would you want your husband to work or just stay at home with the kids?
It depends if I was working as a millionaire, but if I loved him enough and if I thought that we were in a lovely relationship, I'd probably be able to provide for all of us. I'd be happy, I think. If I had enough money to do that, I wouldn't want to make him work.
So you'd be okay him just being at home looking after the kids, taking the role of a house husband?
Yeah.
Would you respect him less though?
Probably not. But maybe it would probably be a bit hard sometimes if you'd had a really tired day at work and it was really hard work for you and I don't know if respect is the right word. I think you'd, maybe actually.
So by respect, I mean, would you still be able to let him take the role of a leader in the relationship, in the marriage?
No, probably not. I'd probably say if I was the one earning and providing, then I would be the man in the relationship, the person who wears the jeans.
Would you expect him to have the normal wife traditional role?
I'd expect him to provide for me in a different way. If I had the money, he would definitely look after the kids and definitely do that.
So what would you expect him to provide then?
Love, care, cherish, provide my children with experiences, no matter, like what I used to have. So it doesn't have to be involved with money. I want him to be a good role model.
But do you really? Because you just said you're gonna lose your respect for him. And you know what? Let's take it a step further. You had a long, hard day at the office for 12, 14 hours, and you come home and he starts complaining about how you don't put in the same emotional labor like he does. Would he be right to ask for a divorce because he doesn't feel seen in that relationship because you didn't do the dishes that day? But anyway, since we're on the subject of providing and women spending money and all that, let's see what this other wonderful lady has to say. The man makes 250,000. The woman makes 45,000. They move into his house. He wants to split his mortgage 50-50. How much does she pay? Oh, that's a tough one. Well, I think, and keep in mind I was never good at math, but I think she pays 50% since he's paying 50%. Correct me if I'm wrong, because like I said, that's a tough one. Of course, they could have a conversation and she could say to him, you pay 100% of the mortgage and I'll do 100% of the cooking. But oh no, wait, but my god, the misogyny. Alright, this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and I will see you in the next one.